As we move on to the 8th on the programme, this is a Class 3 race number 8 over the 1,200 metres, and they're headed by Bold Elite. Drops into Class 3 for the first time, just his third start here in Hong Kong. Fantastic 8, beaten favourite runner-up behind Marvel Tribe last time out. Hair Trigger, won here on the 1,000 metres, a couple of starts back. Superpower is his second start. Mythical Emperor behind Pingu Spark, run-up behind him first up. Form looks good there. Winning Faith, runner-up behind Super Fluke last time out, and Silly Buddies, Dylan Moe taking £7 off from Barrier 5.
Right, well, it's going to be an interesting battle, you would think, between Fantastic 8 and Mythical Emperor for the top spot. I tend to think Fantastic 8 might try and push the issue a little bit with Mythical Emperor. Superpower likely to get a nice little run in behind, as should Winning Faith, I think, from barrier number 3. Jade Theatre's got an awkward gate, but if they certainly kick up early and generate some speed, there might be a gap open up for him to slot in behind.
Yep, a Fantastic 8 will be the first one we look at here. He's come on from his race, very consistent horse in Hong Kong. 2 wins and 4 seconds from the 6 starts. So he's a go-forward runner. The only problem being, so was Mythical Emperor, but his work's been good leading to this. Here is Jade Theatre. I thought he was unlucky last time. He hit the line really strongly at Happy Valley. He now comes to Sha Tin. He's run well at Sha Tin before, and Chad Schofield will take over the mount on him. And his works, he's had plenty of work leading into this particular one. Here's the second piece now, and you can see Chad Schofield's done both pieces of work on him. So I think he's going nicely enough, and he's going to be a big price as well. So one to keep an eye on this particular race.
Yeah, it's probably a measure of how strong this race is, but Iron Boy's been looking good.
Yeah, that's the other one. Iron Boy, he's another one that caught the eye at his last start. Really nice race, this one. Douglas wide aboard, he'll get back, so he'll want a bit of pace on. And his work's been good leading into this, and he's another one that's run well at Sha Tin.
He is a talented galloper, and he's just having his second run for the new stable of David Ferraris. Been out of form for a while, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him run better.
And this is his second gallop, so he has had 2 decent gallops as well going into this particular contest.
All right, a good look at some of the contenders here. We're going to start off with our current favourite. He's odds on as well. Fantastic 8 seems to come up very short here, but a decent effort from him last time out. Just Marvel Tribe, a bit too good at odds.
Yeah, he was, and look, he's a dead set Quinella horse, isn't he? He's won or run second. He gives us all, but with Mythical Emperor, and I think he just might find it a bit tricky. And with these two together, I still think they'll both run really well, but they just might set it up for something from the back.
Maybe. He's a real trier, though, isn't he, Fantastic 8? He's not overly attractive to look at when he runs, but he does try. He's done very little wrong, and whether he leads or sits outside of Mythical Emperor, he's going to be in a spot that he likes to be. He's going to straighten, he's going to kick. So he's hard to leave out.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you've got to have him in for the exotics, I think. But speaking of Mythical Emperor, let's have a look at his effort as well. This is last time out, up on the speed where he's made the running, but he's been run down by potentially a very, very nice horse. Yeah,
Pingu Spark, who came out and won again. So he's got 22 pounds increase since then, so he's enjoyed his food since then. Matthew Poon will take those 7 pounds off. So between him and Fantastic 8, they're going to have they're both going to be, I agree, they're both going to be hard to get past, but I think they both run pretty well.
Yep, that's a good form line, no doubt about that. Apollo's Choice ran third, came out and won at his next start.
All right, so it looks pretty solid. Those are the 2 pace angles. Possibly horse dropping in behind all of that is Winning Faith. Now, in this race, we had an odds-on favourite, Master Albert, out wide there in the black and white, but Winning Faith chased home Super Fluke.
I'm going to tip him, actually, Andrew, because I think he's just going to get the nice little sit on them, and he's a big horse who's had a few runs now. I think Superpower's an interesting one too. I expect him to come on a fair bit from this performance. Whether he can come on enough to sort of, catch Fantastic 8 and Mythical Emperor, I'm not sure. But Winning Faith, I think, is a little chance of maybe running over the top of these other 2, provided he can stay in touch early.
Yeah, that's the key. He's a big horse, isn't he? So, yeah, that's the key.
Good horse to follow, wasn't he?
He was, yeah. He's been he's taken him. This is his 4th start. He's getting there, race by race.
Yeah.
Yep.
Who knows? This might be the one for him. Hair Trigger, well, he's already won this season. Winning Faith's in this race as well, but we're having a look at Winning Hair Trigger finishing 4th on this occasion.
Yeah, this is down the straight 1,000, and they both hit the line nicely enough as well. So it's a tricky race, this one.
Yeah, it is. Hair Trigger, I think, was probably suited to the straight 1,000-metre races. They've obviously had to step now again to 1,200. They may even step at some stage further to 14 or 16 with him, but He's, I think, a horse you've probably just got to find on the right day. I don't know whether this race will be run to suit him, but Winning Faith's had 3 runs back now, and I think that that's really beneficial for his chance to overhaul the 2 likely leaders.
No, I agree. Yeah, it looks that way, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Excellent. All right, well, that's our thoughts on Hair Trigger. Let's get the thoughts of Tommy Berry. He's the man on board.
Tommy, Hair Trigger steps up to 1,200 on Sunday. What are your thoughts here?
Yeah, I think it'll suit him. We've got his breathing right now. He's a more relaxed horse. He's more confident in himself. I think that win on the first day really gave him a lot of confidence, and he didn't get out till late the other day, and he was probably unlucky not to finish right there on the winner's hill. So he's in great form. He had a good gallop down the back straight. You'll see that, and he finished it off perfectly and pulled up very well in the win once again. So he's just a horse you've got to keep happy. Let him do what he wants early, no matter how far. You have to let him get out of his ground, and he always finishes off strong.
Do you imagine you'll be getting back again over 1,200, or is the type of horse that a bit more ground could you be a bit closer?
Yeah, I think a gate's probably going to determine where we are in the race. If we draw wide, we'll just have to take him back. But once again, I don't really want to have to take him back too much or have to ride him forward. So it'd be nice to draw a gate where we can just have him happy and wherever he wants to be. And I'm tipping that will be a fair bit closer than where he has been settling over the 1,000.
Drew barrier 13, so that possibly decides that. Might be going back, but Hair Trigger, otherwise maybe a live chance. Who did you go with in the end, Paul?
Well, I went for the outside of the field, actually. A horse we haven't spoken about. He's currently a $68 chance. Is number 1,
look out.
Bulb Elite. He's a Group 3 winner in New Zealand before he got here. He's now dropped in class in the off-season. He's into Class 3. His trial, I thought, was very eye-catching. Paul O'Sullivan's horses are actually ready to go. We've got Derek Lung aboard as well. A lot of positives there, and I like this trial. So at $67, I think he's worth a chance. I think he can run over top of the pacemakers, Mythical Emperor and Fantastic 8, who will be tough to beat. And Jade Theodore, as I said, he was unlucky last time. I think he can run a race. So 1, 8, 3 and 4. But at that price, I'll be back in the 1 each way.
He's kept this quiet, hasn't he, Andrew? Normally we get a little bit of a sniff of something going on at lunchtime before we start the show. But no, this has been very quiet. I'm going with the 12, Winning Faith, to park on the back of Fantastic 8 and Mythical Emperor. And Glorious Partners is a horse that's got some talent. I thought had an excuse at the Valley last start. Don't mind him coming back to Shah 10. He's had another trial leading in, suggesting he could sit in behind the speed and close off well. So 12, 3, 8, 11. I'll be very interested to hear Jenny's report on Bulb Elite.
He did give me a little hint as to Bulb Elite might be involved, but I've left him all the glory to himself.
Yeah, well, let's face the facts. There have been plenty of horses like this that Paul's found in the past.
Yeah, all right, we'll keep an eye on him. That's Bulb Elite in race number 8. 2 more races to go for us, so a short break. Back with race 9 right after this.